I'm a homeschool kid, and today's class was about how to fail. Yeah, failure, the thing everybody runs from, but somehow ends up chasing anyway. Because whether you realize it or not, most people don't fail by accident. They fail by choice. They choose to do things the hard way. They choose to ignore what works. They choose to repeat mistakes that were already solved. And that's the crazy part. You know how some people think life is supposed to be hard? Like it's normal to struggle, suffer, and stress just to win? Please, don't think like that. I've learned something powerful. There are two kinds of people in business and in life. The first kind sees someone doing it right. They study them, learn from them, and move faster. The second kind sees someone doing it right and still says, "I'll figure it out my own way." That second group, they're not learning, they're looping. And looping is how most people stay stuck. They walk in circles thinking they're getting closer, but they're just moving faster in the wrong direction. Success leaves clues, but pride makes people ignore them. Now here's the thing. The world rewards people who learn fast, not the ones who try to prove they can do it alone. Let me make this super simple, like something even my little brother would understand. If you see someone build a sand castle that doesn't fall when the waves hit, and you want your castle to stand too, why would you build it different? Why would you say, "I know they used strong sand and water, but I'm gonna try sticks and leaves instead"? That's what most entrepreneurs do. They see someone's formula working, but they'd rather fail doing it their way than win doing it the right way. And that's why I say, some people aren't afraid of failure, they're addicted to it. Here's a truth most business owners never hear. Success is supposed to get easier. You're supposed to build momentum. You're supposed to get smarter, faster, and stronger. Save this video. You're going to want to come back to this part later. But that only happens when you stop pretending you're the exception and start following proven direction. Every big success you've ever seen came from someone who was willing to learn, copy, apply, and grow. They didn't wait for the perfect way. They started with the proven way. And that's what this video is about, learning how to stop failing on purpose. Because yes, some people fail by accident, but most people fail by pride. But that only happens when you stop pretending you're the exception and start following proven direction. Every big success you've ever seen came from someone who was willing to learn, copy, apply, and grow. They didn't wait for the perfect way. They started with the proven way. And that's what this video is about, learning how to stop failing on purpose. Because yes, some people fail by accident, but most people fail by pride. Stay with me, because in a few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 biggest ways ambitious business owners fail without even realizing it, and how to fix each one using visibility. Now let me tell you a story. When I first started learning business, I thought I had to earn success the hard way. I'd see people winning and I'd think, they just got lucky. They probably had help. They must have something I don't. But the truth is, they just had humility. They were willing to learn. Meanwhile, I was trying to build everything alone. I thought asking for help meant I was weak. I thought copying meant I was lazy. But that mindset cost me time, money, and energy. I was building the same wall over and over, and every time I finished, I'd realize I used the wrong bricks again. Until one day, my mom said something that changed me. She said, "Paris, if you keep building without learning, you'll keep failing without understanding." That hit me hard, and it made me look at every successful person differently, because success wasn't about luck, it was about learning. And learning is easier when you're visible. When you're visible, you get feedback. When you're visible, people teach you what works. When you're visible, the right people find you, and you grow faster. Visibility is how smart people skip unnecessary pain. It's not cheating, it's learning out loud. Failing privately keeps you repeating mistakes. Being visible lets people correct you faster. Visibility equals faster feedback. Faster feedback equals faster success. If you can understand that one simple rule, your whole business will change. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people aren't failing because of lack of skill or strategy. They're failing because of one thing that hides behind everything else. I'll show you what that is in a second. Now for the visibility blind spot. The real reason people fail, they're invisible. They're working, building, posting, but nobody really sees them. And if people can't see you, they can't trust you. If they can't trust you, they can't buy from you. Visibility isn't just about marketing, it's about trust speed. The more visible you are, the faster people believe in you. And when belief increases, buying becomes automatic. So many business owners think they have a sales problem, but they don't. They have a visibility problem. You're not supposed to figure it all out in the dark. You're supposed to build in the light of visibility, because in that light, you get faster feedback, real support, and more confidence. That's how winners move. They don't guess, they get seen. So now you know the truth. Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they stay invisible. They hide behind perfection. They wait for clarity before they start. They think they need a better plan when what they really need is a braver presence. You can't fix what people can't see, and the world can't reward what it doesn't recognize. Every time you hide your work, your story, your lessons, you're delaying your own success. The people you admire aren't smarter than you. They're just seeing more than you. That's it. Their visibility gives them more opportunities, more credibility, and more momentum. They didn't wait to be perfect. They learned publicly. That's what visibility really is. It's not shouting, it's showing. When you show your process, you build trust. When you share your lessons, you build connection. When you keep showing up, you build reputation. And when reputation builds, you don't need to sell hard. People start selling for you. That's why I say visibility is the new persuasion. Because when people see you enough times, you stop needing to convince them. They've already decided you're the one. Here are some examples I learned in class. Example 1. The hairstylist who went visible. She used to wait for walk-ins. Now she shows up online every day, sharing her tips, her laughter, her transformations. She's not chasing clients anymore. They chase her because she's no longer invisible. Example 2. The real estate agent who stopped hiding. He used to post houses, that's it. But once he started showing his face, his energy, his mission, he became the go-to agent in his city. He didn't change his offer, he just changed his visibility frequency. Now the market chases him. Keep watching. The next 10 seconds might rewire how you show up. Example 3. The coach who finally showed up consistently for years. She had wisdom but no audience. She kept saying, "I'll post when it's perfect." But once she committed to being visible daily, everything shifted. Her audience grew. Her brand exploded. Her income tripled. Because visibility compounds faster than effort. Visibility is like sunlight. Everything it touches grows. And when you learn to stay in the light long enough, you don't just grow, you glow. Now, let's simplify this whole thing into one clear framework. The 1% VVS flow, visibility value scale. 1 visibility, be seen. Show up consistently, not perfectly, just present. People can't buy from who they don't remember. 2 value, be felt, teach, inspire, share lessons. Let your audience feel your heart, not just hear your pitch. Value makes people stay. 3 scale, be everywhere. Don't let your ideas die in one post. Repurpose them. Let one thought live 100 digital lives. That's how one message becomes a movement. Now here's the thing most people miss. You don't need to master all 3 overnight. You just need to start. Because the minute you start being visible, your momentum starts building. Visibility is like a snowball. It grows as it rolls, but you have to push first. Let me say this slowly. You are not a content creator. You are a visibility architect. Every post you make is a piece of your empire. Every video, every message, every word you speak is another brick in the world you're building. And when you keep showing up with that energy, your audience doesn't just follow you, they build with you. That's when you stop being a marketer and start being a movement. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. You just need to be seen as yourself. Because visibility doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. And presence is power. So let's go back to that first lesson, the class on failure. Failure isn't about losing, it's about refusing to learn. You fail when you keep trying to do things the hard way while the blueprint is right in front of you. The shortcut isn't cheating, it's learning. And learning faster is what visibility gives you. You don't have to struggle your way to success. You just have to show up long enough for success to find you. Stop hiding. Stop doubting. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Because the moment you decide to be visible, the world starts rearranging itself to reward your boldness. If this message hit home, don't just scroll away. Subscribe right now. This isn't just a channel. It's a movement for business owners who refuse to stay unseen. Because when you master visibility, you don't have to sell as hard. You don't have to work as hard. You don't have to chase. You just have to be seen. And once the world sees you, everything changes.